So, if you're watching my channel regularly, you're likely a millennial or a Gen Xer, and you've discovered this buy, borrow, die strategy that I talk about all the time. And you're excited to get to 0.21 Bitcoin or 0.5 or 1 Bitcoin or beyond. You're anxious to get to your number so you can confidently eject from your miserable corporate existence like I was. But the big question is, how much do I actually need to make this work safely? So by the end of today's video, you're going to know with great precision what is the buy, borrow, die strategy briefly. When will I know it's the right time for me to execute this strategy? How exactly do I know how much I'm going to need, and is 0.21 going to be enough for my needs? And then I'm going to show you a real life example of what this looks like using a client interaction that I've had with one of my clients. So let's start by answering the first question. What is buy, borrow, die? Briefly, if you followed me, you probably know what this is, but if you're new, originally it was derived from the real estate investment strategy where the uber wealthy used to buy an asset, typically real estate, and allow it to appreciate value. Then once they do that, they can borrow against a portion of the value, which is a non-taxable event. And then upon death, the asset steps up as it's passed on to their heirs and they're able to sell it tax-free. So the benefits are that you get to keep the asset rather than selling it. So, and you borrow against it tax-free, and then you're allowed to take advantage of that appreciation throughout the process. But when it comes to this strategy, having a broad understanding of what it actually is really just the first step. So it's great. But the next three big questions that you need to answer are, okay, when is the right time to execute? How much do I actually need? And is 0.21 going to be enough? And then what does it actually look like in real life? So let's tackle each one of these, starting with when will I know it's the right time to execute buy, borrow, die? So the reality is that most of the guys, even you guys that are booking one-to-one calls with me, you're probably not ready for this just yet. You need to understand, but you need to understand how it works well before you're actually financially ready for it. So it's good that you're here. It's good that you're trying to understand it. Most people are not even aware that there are two distinctive phases of investing, and that causes a lot of confusion. And if you try to do the second phase out of turn, it can lead to confusion, frustration, and even wrecking what you've been working so hard to build. So the two phases of investing are, and if you've followed my channel for a while, you've heard me talk about this, the capital growth phase is where you're building your nest egg, you're focusing on your increasing your net worth, and you're harnessing Bitcoin's compound annual growth rate as part of that. Then once you get to your FIRE number, your financial independence retire number, again, maybe that's 500,000, a million, 10 million, whatever that number is, then you shift over into the income generation phase. And this is where you start to use your Bitcoin and or whatever other assets you have to start generating income for you. You're using those as your nuclear reactor to generate income. And then also you're continuing to preserve and grow your net worth as an underlying piece of that. But whether or not you've reached the income generation phase, you have to be able to accurately calculate how much you're going to need. So if you try to flip into the income generation phase and you're like, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough, you need to know that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And that's what we're going to cover next. And I cover these kinds of strategies in more depth in my micro newsletter. It's 3 sentences about 3 times a week aimed at millennials and Gen X that are trying to incorporate Bitcoin more deeply into their personal finances so they can get to financial independence in 10 years or less. All actionable, zero fluff. I'm not interested in wasting anyone's time. If you're interested in getting access to that, just type micro in the comments below. Okay, now that we have a clear idea of the phase that you need to be in, the next question is, how do I know how much I'm going to need, and is 0.21 going to be enough, right? So it's an important question, because if you don't know how to calculate this number, you're just guessing, and that only leads to disillusionment and fatigue. And I've seen this happen so many times over my 17 years as a financial coach. To answer this, I'm going to ask you to do a bit of a personal exercise. So get your calculator ready, get your thinking cap on. So here's exactly what to do. Step 1, you track your exact monthly expenses for 30 days. Step 2, you grab your calculator and multiply that by 375, and that's what is going to be your fiat number. So you take your monthly expenses times 375, and that's the number that you need to get to reach financial independence. We're just kind of shooting from the hip here. There's a little bit more to it than that. And then the third step is that you can use the current Bitcoin price to see how many sats you are from that goal. And then the last step is determining what that gap is and then figuring out a reasonable dollar cost average regimen to get into. Okay, so that simple exercise is your friend. So I'd love to know from you guys, do you know your monthly number? Do you know how much down to the penny that you're spending? Because once you know that, the fear of the market up and down and sideways, it disappears because you finally have a destination and you know exactly what it is that you need to do next. And by the way, if you don't know that number and you want to master this skill, you should take my free Bulletproof Budgeting course. Link is in the description below. I used to sell this for $250. I offer it to the public for free. Even some of my higher net worth clients need to go through some of this remedial sort of training to make sure that they know their numbers and that they are able to calculate, with great specificity when they can cross the threshold into fire. So the second part of this question that I want to address is 0.21 going to be enough? And so let's use a couple of examples for that. By the way, if you're getting value out of this, I'd love it if you'd smash that like button. Not doing so is actually illegal in 21 states. So is 0.21 Bitcoin going to be enough? But the real question behind that question is, when do I want to retire? Because that's going to be a major determining factor of when you can execute this strategy. And that is, when can we start to reverse That is when we can start to reverse engineer the amount of Bitcoin based on your time horizon and a conservative estimate of Bitcoin's compound annual growth rate. And this is an exercise that I go through pretty much in all of my client interactions. It's just figuring out okay, how much do I need? How much is 0.21 going to be enough based on my timeline? Do I need to have more? Is less okay? So in reality, it's really hard to say when 0.21 Bitcoin is going to be enough. Enough is very specific to your personal circumstances and your time horizon. So I see comments, I see you guys in the comments like, well, you didn't go into that. The last video that I did about this strategy, people were criticizing me for that, but it's you can't, there is no universal number. But we can get an idea by looking at a real life situation and comparing it to yours. So this is a case study. This is a client that I've been working with. Obviously, I'm not going to dox his real name. So this is a pseudonym, but essentially, Johann is 45 years old. He has a wife and 4 kids. He has a $5 million net worth. Now, I know that for a lot of you guys, that's probably a much higher net worth than what you have. So I'm just going to ask you to sort of use your imagination and kind of extrapolate what I'm working with here and apply that to your own situation. He has about 10 Bitcoin plus other assets, and that makes up that whole 5 million fiat net worth. He wants to reach the financial independence finish line over the course of the next 5 years or inside of that. His burn rate, this is, the calculation that we just did, is about $8,000 a month. So that's about $96,000 a year. So whatever we calculate in this situation is going to have to meet that $96K per year. And likely that's probably going to go up, honestly. So the assumption that I'm making with this, I know Bitcoin is right around 70,000 right now, but the assumption for easy math that I'm making is that 1 Bitcoin equals $100,000. And so Bitcoin is about 20% of his overall net worth. So his options, if he wanted to do this buy, borrow, die strategy, is that he could take out a Bitcoin loan to get to his basically $100,000 in expenses that he would need. So he would have to take out a loan against 2 Bitcoin out of his 10 at a 50% loan to value. Again, that would give him about $100,000. Or if he wanted to lower the loan to value, which is something that I recommend, he could actually post more collateral. He could post twice as much Bitcoin at a 25% loan to value, and that again would give him his 100K. Or the other options would be, maybe he waits a little bit longer, maybe he buys more Bitcoin, maybe he buys or uses some of his other assets as part of this buy, borrow, die strategy. So this is kind of what it looks like, kind of in the weeds. And I go into the specific examples and kind of how these loans work, including defining all these terms, loan to value and liquidation and all that stuff. But essentially, at a 50% loan to value for a $100,000 loan, the thing that you want to keep your eye on is the liquidation price. Okay, so if he did this, if Bitcoin went down to 62,500, he would basically, they would sell his Bitcoin and his position would be liquidated. So that's not ideal. The second scenario that I outlined is where he posts 4 Bitcoin at a 25% loan to value. And then the good thing about this is that it actually lowers his liquidation. So Bitcoin would have to go all the way down to 31,250 in order for him to be liquidated. So I would say that he was still in the capital growth phase, even with somebody at this high of a net worth. Now, there are factors that could move him into the income generation a little bit more quickly, including reducing his overhead and, some other factors that we talked about in the conversation. So the ongoing tension with this is even if you think you might have enough Bitcoin, you may still be in the gray zone. So in Johann's case, we agree that it's not the right time just yet. By the way, I wanted to mention, when you're going to do a Bitcoin loan, I never recommend, to stay in the safety zone, you never want to borrow against more than 10% of your overall Bitcoin stack. So in Johann's case, I would never recommend that he borrows against more than 1 Bitcoin worth of his stack. And so if that means he needs to wait until the price goes way higher, then, so be it. But now he's uber prepared for this strategy when the right time comes, because he understands this. We've worked through the numbers. He knows how the loans operate. So he's in the proper preparation phase. So when he crosses over, he'll be ready for it. So these are precisely the kinds of complexities I cover in what we're going to talk about next. And if you have questions about, sort of where you are on your journey, what you should do next, if you just want a second set of eyeballs on your situation, I offer 30-minute calls. You can book a call. That link will be in the description and pinned in a comment below. And for some context, if we're just meeting, I'm Brad, and I'm on a mission to empower millennials and Gen X to integrate Bitcoin more deeply into their personal finances so they can reach financial independence in 10 years or less. So we've answered the questions. What is buy, borrow, die? When do I know it's the right time to execute it? How exactly do I do it? And is 0.21 enough? And we showed an example of what it looks like in real life. So now you know exactly what it is, when to do it or not, and about how much you're going to need and what it might look like by a comparison. So none of this is theory. You're actually more equipped than you were at the beginning of the video, hopefully, to crush it when you're ready. But again, even if you think you might have enough Bitcoin, you may still be in that gray zone. And that's exactly what I talk about in the video below. So click there and I'll see you in that video.